everybody, what's going on? John Brewer here, local realtor in Delray Beach, also concerned citizen. And last night I spent the evening, because my life is so exciting, watching the planning and zoning. I actually went there to board meeting, planning and zoning board meeting. I watched it on TV just like anybody else can do. So the planning and zoning board was voting on one issue I wanted to hear about, which is Bounce, the ultra sports lounge that's looking to open. They have locations in Chicago and New York. So being the restaurant person I am, I wanted to see how that whole went down. And I also wound up seeing about Island Cove, which is a affordable housing project going in on 10th Avenue. And then also Delray Ridge, which is a project that's going, or project on 22nd and Swinton. That's on that corner there, that elevated ridge. Delray Ridge with the higher, it's actually 4 pieces of property that are being assembled. And I bet they want to put 14 properties in there. And some interesting things were said. First thing I want to do is thank everybody who serves on any of the boards. I serve on the Site Plan Review and Appearance Board, work with Price Pat and a number of others there. And we take the job very seriously. There is no pay. We usually wind up upsetting somebody no matter what decision you make. And I just want to say that watching this meeting last night with all of the members of the site of the planning and zoning, and that includes Max and Rob, Joy, Julian, Christina, Sandy, and Chris. Guys did a great job. Very knowledgeable. I mean, these folks not only sit there for 3 hours on a Monday night, they have to spend hours going over all the materials that they're giving so they can vote appropriately on these things. And I encourage everybody out there to go ahead and fill out an application and get yourself on a board. Try to get on a board, or just put an application there, and you might be selected to serve on a board. And if you are, we would appreciate it. So like I said, there were 3 projects that really kind of hit me: Island Cove, the affordable housing, Bounce Ultra Sports Club, and then Delray Ridge. So let's go ahead and get into it. I've got some stuff here teed up, ready to go. Let's see, we've got my Adobe Acrobat reader. And let's see. So let's start off with Island Cove. So Island Cove, this is basically the plat right here, or this is the drawing right here. So this is Southwest 10th Street. For those of you who know that, it's right by Spady. It runs basically to I-95. I-95 would be out here. And then this is all residential in here. This is industrial property here. And then you've got phase 1 over here, Southwest 8th Street, Southwest 10th Street. What they're asking for in this meeting was an increase in density. So they want to do 60 units here. And basically it would be 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, there would be 40 2-bedroom units, and then 20 3-bedroom units. There would be 1 ADA unit included in the total. And basically the way this works is folks that are 60% at the mean salary of Delray Beach would be eligible for discounted rents and being able to live in here. It's got great amenities in here. They're gonna have cornhole, they're gonna have a pool, a 1-story clubhouse, bike racks, trash, all that good stuff. The issue with this, and it wasn't really part of the purvey, and I think it's actually gonna come to us on Scrab, is all this out here. So they are counting this parking here as being part of this parking. The issue comes too is there's actually going to be a locked gate to get in here, and these are outside of the gate, and they are, you know, when they're considering this density, they are considering this as parking. And a few of the members on the board had concerns about this. So the ruling basically was modification of conditional use approval. So increase the density in the village square conditional use from 15.51 dwelling units per acre as approved, dwelling units per acre in order to develop. And then from my understanding, it's going to get kicked over to us in Scrabble. We'll have to look at the parking on all of that. So I thought that was interesting. And then basically Bounce Sporting is looking for a conditional use approval. My understanding, and I've heard this is kind of contentious, is that basically this is considered the entertainment zone. I don't know, I don't see a drawing here. I'm not sure, but it seems to be that this is northbound Federal and everything this way is not supposed to. Now you've got hawkers right here. You've got We've got Blue Anchor right there. Got a number of places that are open at least to midnight, but I'm not sure any of these stay open until 2 a.m. And that's basically what they are asking for here. And this is where it would sit. This is where Chico's and Veterans Park, and basically that's where the restaurant would be located. And what they were asking for, like I said, is a conditional use approval to operate as a 24 or late night business in this particular place. So they do have outdoor seating there. Basically this back left-hand corner was there. And I think this really speaks to, you know, and I'm not going to say which way or the other, but, you know, the direction Delray Beach really wants to go. I mean, this is definitely a late night, high-end nightclub type restaurant during the day, but gets into bottle service at night. They're going to do live music, and most likely have DJs. They're going to have outdoor seating right here. Now, this ring that's around here is a 300-foot. Basically, you're not supposed to be opening up anything that's open after 2 a.m. if there's any residential inside of this area. Now, you obviously see there is residential inside of this area. Now, I would say, what if we slide this thing this way, because this is 300 feet from this end, this is 300 feet from that end. So technically, if the restaurant's here, you know, maybe you could squeeze it down here, but then you start to bring in all of this residential. I thought it was very interesting. One of the folks that lives near there, and anybody who knows this area knows that this is everything that surrounds here, the Marina District, which is old and historic, and you've got older buildings, really great stuff. And then back in this area here, you've got all these great older homes, older complexes. You've got one complex that's been there, you know, 70 years. You've got folks that have lived there their whole time. It's quiet, beachside, side by the intercoastal. One of the longtime residents spoke up and said, basically, at this point right now, they can hear pretty much anything that's going on at Old School Square. They can hear the noise coming off the avenue. I mean, let's face it, most of this stuff in here is solid. It's either road, it's concrete, or it's brick, it's building, it's glass, and all that stuff is reverberating all through here. So, you know, it's kind of the old and the new that's going on in Delray Beach right now. You know, we've got these guys moving in. They've got a restaurant in Chicago. They've got 3, I believe, in New York City. And those are the type of the businesses that will be coming to the avenue now. We shall see. And then the last thing I want to talk about is Delray Ridge. And Delray Ridge, for those who don't know, is on 22nd and Swinton. So if we go down here, we've got Anutara Yoga on the other side of Seacrest. This is basically that elevated, thus the name Ridge. And it's basically an assemblage of 4 pieces of property. And what they came in for technically is they were asking for consideration of the preliminary plat and recommendation to the City Commission for the certificate of the final plat, Delray Ridge. 3 waivers from section 4.3.4K of the land development regulations associated with the creation. 14 fee simple lots for the properties currently addressed as 2201, 2275, blah, 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 North Swinton Avenue, and an unaddressed vacant parcel located at the northeast corner. Now, this came before SPRAB, and we squeaked it by, letting them. The main thing here is the foliage and the trees. So if we look here, this gives everybody a good aerial view of what's going on, of where I'm talking about here. So this area here, this is Unity, and this is basically Anutara over here. This is Global Mart. This is Global Mart right here. This is a place where you get all your candles. This is the actually it's the school board that owns that, but it's the police training area. And then this is the area that was all assembled. And basically, look at all these trees and all this foliage and all this stuff that's going on in here. They are going to be keeping, I believe, like 5 of those out here. And basically, all of this is going to get taken out. Now, they are going to be replacing them, and they're actually replacing them with more. The issue with that is the trees that are coming in are not going to be canopy providing. They most likely are not going to be providing much shade. They'll be not as mature. So it's going to take a good, potentially a decade, 5-10 years for these trees to really come in and do what they need them to do. So what I did think was interesting was this particular parcel right here. So this is Tangerine Trail. And for those who have traveled down there, it basically dead ends right here. And you've got Plamosa. Plamosa is right over here. So you got a lot of kids that may walk, and normally right now they got to walk all the way down here, and then they got to make a left. And for those who know, I think there may be a sidewalk on this side, but most kids are going to walk down this side, and a lot of traffic here. It's not really the safest route for them. So what the builder did decide to do is create a walking path through here that would have, it would be landscaped. And so kids could basically walk through this walking trail and then pick up the road right there and come across this way. And then bada boom, bada bap, bada bing, they could cross right over here and get into school. So it would create a safety element to it, and that was very much appreciated. The issue comes down to the trees. And it seems like they were left postponed, basically. And on the way out, somebody made a comment on the board, and it's right there on public. So they are basically saying something to the effect of moving it down to 11 fee simple lots from 14. One of the contentious, or one of the issues that came up was they asked him what price point, Mr. Ellish, what price point the homes in this particular area would go. And basically the way it would work is there would be an elbow that comes right through here if you follow my marker, and there would be lots on either side. You get two choices. One of them is more of a modern box look, and the other one is kind of basically a modern box, except they put a angled roof on the top to make it look more traditional. This would be a common area right here, common park area. You'd have 1, 2, 3, and then running down both sides here would be lots. And they said, he basically said he would be getting anywhere from 3 to 4 million for these properties that were going in here, which these lots average about just over 10,000 square feet, some larger, some, I don't think any are smaller than 10,000, but basically 10,000 square feet. I live on a 10,000 square foot property in Lake Ida. And it's kind of interesting to kind of figure out how you would get a $3 to $4 million home in those areas. Obviously, the rates have been going crazy right now, so who knows where we're going. We could be up to $10 million by the time this project gets built, if it gets built. So basically what happened at the end of this, these were tabled as well. So 2 of them were basically tabled. That was the Bounce Ultra Sports Club, and then also this project here. So with Bounce, I always find it funny that they use 300 square feet or 300 feet basically from any place, because sound is your ears. So when I had opened up Max's Social House in Ceviche, we were dealing with noise ordinance issues, and basically it's about decibels. So you would think it would be about decibels and decibel readings, which they may make some type of a change towards that. Anyway, I found the meeting last night really interesting. And like I said, it kind of shows where it's kind of a great analogy or anecdotally, it really represents where we're at Delray Beach right now. I mean, it's the density, increasing density, putting homes in every wherever we can. I know that particular area where Delray Ridge is, we're just kind of used to it being like that. I also remember when I first moved back here in 2010, and Grove Way was originally owned by one gentleman. When he passed away, they turned that into 6 multi-million-dollar properties there now, and they're all occupied. And I do miss that. I do miss that piece of land the way it was. But you know what? They're privately owned, and people can do what they need to with it. It was your investment. You would want to be able to do what you needed to do to get highest and best value out of it. This particular parcel has been sitting there a while. Mr. Ellish is a local. He swears that he's going to do right by everybody. Of course, proof is in the pudding. And I just found that being interesting. So Delray Ridge, obviously with the density issues, the Bounce Sports, Ultra Sports Lounge, that's going to be basically a nightclub, a big nightclub, 5,000 square feet. We have nightclubs, we have Honey, we have bars, we have OG, we have, El Camino stays open late. All these restaurants stay open late. Now, did they stay open until 2 a.m.? I'm not so sure about that. Some of them do, maybe Bull Bar, things like that. But then I heard something about the entertainment district. And once you get south of Federal Highway, or east of Federal Highway, it's outside of the entertainment district. So it's going to be interesting to see how those events come around and how it basically contributes to the shaping of Delray Beach going forward. If you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in there. Check out the Eat Local Supper Club, where we do our best to help all our local restaurants. Check out South Florida's Restaurant Guy on YouTube as well. I do reviews, interviews, news, and brews, because my name's Brewer.